a second row. That's the grocery store right there that we're told this situation happened outside. It looks like you're still able to get into that grocery store, so the secured scene, to my point of view right here, isn't like quite blocking the entrance of that grocery store. So unsure if it happened in the street in front, if it happened in the sidewalk.
Get a warrant when you interview.
We're hearing all of these folks chatting, some slurs, some loud phrases against the agents. Ray, let's spin around right here, because as you see, they're just adjusting the tape right here. That tape right there is connected to a Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, but right here, it appears to me, right there, you have federal agents against Hennepin County Sheriff. So I'm unsure of the Sheriff's Office role at this point. I'm unsure. Let me move away from that megaphone so you can hear me a little more. We're unsure of if they are just re-upping that tape or if they're working to move the line back. And this is what we're seeing right here. We have the agents right there and then bystanders talking to them with just one line in between. It looks like two people being escorted by agents out. And I'm just going to take a pause for a quick second so Ray, our photojournalist, can kind of show you this as it unfolds. I'll step back and just kind of do a little more narration as we can. Why don't we, Ray, just give the viewers a quick point of view, just a big scan of what's going on here.
I'm from Chicago.
If you're just now joining us, thank you for watching our coverage. We're here in Minneapolis at Nicollet and 27th Avenue. Reg Chapman anchoring while we're here, boots on the ground. Reg, I'll send it back to you, and we're just trying to learn more, and we'll see if you have any other information there in the studio.
Thank you, Frankie. CBS News has confirmed that the Department of Homeland Security has said that the suspect did have a gun. Gun as well as two magazines were at the scene. They are tweeting a picture to CBS News that the suspect allegedly had a gun and two magazines. And that's what we found out by CBS News has confirmed that from the Department of Homeland Security. We've also heard from Governor Walz, who did say that he has confirmed there has been another shooting by a federal law enforcement officer here in the city of Minneapolis. That shooting happened near 27th and Nicollet Avenues, not far from downtown, in front of the Good Grocer. We are expecting to hear from Border Control Captain Greg Bovino. His press conference was originally stated for 11 o'clock this morning. It has now been pushed to noon. We're expecting to hear more from him. We will have a crew there to get his remarks about what is happening right now near 27th and Nicollet Avenues. The city of Minneapolis has put out a tweet asking people to remain peaceful. For the people who are there at the scene, they're asking others to avoid that area if at all necessary right now. Because there's so much going on there, they are asking for people to avoid that area and for crowds there to do it, use their First Amendment rights, but also do that peacefully. All this is happening a day after thousands of protesters merged into downtown Minneapolis during the ICE Out, a scheduled event, and other events across the city where members of the clergy and people from all over the country came to express their discontent with ICE in our communities. That happened yesterday. It was a very peaceful event, and now this is happening now near 27th and Nicollet Avenues. We do know that there has been a shooting by a federal law enforcement agents there at that scene. It is a very chaotic scene. There are protesters there. They are blowing their whistles and a lot of profanity. That's what Frankie Mellister was telling us, being very careful with the audio in that area. If you look, you're seeing video there of the federal agents. We are told from HSI, Border Patrol, and ICE are also on that scene. Hennepin County Sheriff deputies are there trying to control the crowds, trying to keep people peaceful as they exercise their First Amendment rights. Once again, we did hear from Governor Walz, who did confirm that there is a shooting there by a federal law enforcement agency. agent, we don't know exactly the condition of the person who was shot. We do not know the condition of the person who was shot right now, but CBS News has confirmed that there was a gun and 2 magazines on the suspect at the time of the shooting, and they are tweeting pictures of that to CBS News at this hour, telling us that that suspect who was shot by a ICE agent is actually had a gun in his possession as well as 2 magazines. Once again, the crowds are growing there outside the Good Grocer there at 27th and Nicollet Avenues. We do have a reporter at the scene. We will have another reporter at a briefing by Greg Bavino that's scheduled for 12 o'clock to hear exactly what he has to say about this, what seems to be the 3rd shooting here in our city by a federal law enforcement agency of someone who is a Minneapolis resident. So lots going on right now. We're getting information in just constantly. People are showing up at the scene, but the city of Minneapolis is asking people to avoid that area if at all possible, and for those who are there to remain peaceful. Try to remain peaceful as you exercise your First Amendment rights. Now, there are those federal officers on standby. As Frankie Mellister told us, they do have chemical irritants ready to deploy. Right now, the crowds are remaining behind the yellow tape, and that's a good thing. They do not want any interaction with the crowd as they investigate exactly what led up to the shooting and what is going on there now at the scene. Once again, the city of Minneapolis is asking people to avoid that area if at all possible and to remain peaceful if you are there. As Frankie was telling us earlier, a lot of people are just showing up. They're hearing about this. There are a lot of people on patrol with those whistles. We're hearing a lot of those whistles in the background. People are blowing the whistles at the ICE agents who have joined HSI agents as well as agents of the Border Patrol. They're forming a perimeter around that area, trying to keep that scene safe as investigators move in to try to figure out exactly what happened. As you can see there, I think that tape goes all the way from 27th, possibly to 25th Avenues there on Nicollet, making sure that the crowds stay back while they investigate exactly what's happening. Once again, if you're just joining us, breaking news, the Governor Walz has tweeted that he is aware of another shooting by a federal law enforcement agency in Minneapolis, in the city of Minneapolis, South Minneapolis this time, near 27th and Nicollet Avenue in front of the Good Grocer there. As you can see the video there on your screen, crowds are growing and federal agents are forming a perimeter around that area, trying to maintain the sanctity of that scene while they investigate exactly what is happening. Lots going on right now near 27th and Nicollet. Once again, the city is asking people to avoid that area if all possible. If you are there, to be peaceful. If you are there protesting at this hour. Once again, CBS News has confirmed that the suspect did have a gun. The individual, we'll call him an individual, had a weapon at the scene with 2 magazines there. They are tweeting pictures to CBS News that this is what that individual had on him that was shot at this hour. Right now, crowds are growing outside of the Good Grocer there near 27th and Nicollet. We see a lot of federal agents on the scene. We also see Hennepin County deputies there trying to keep the peace, trying to keep the people who are there blowing their whistles and screaming at ICE agents at bay while they investigate exactly what happened. We do see HSI agents, Border Patrol, and ICE agents on the scene. Photojournalist Ray Campos there at the scene giving us that live look. As you see, they're in force. We believe about 3,000 of those agents are in Minnesota at this time. They were sent here for Operation Metro Surge, and that's been going on about 6 or 7 weeks right now. More than 3,300 people have been arrested, we're told, but CBS News and WCCO has not been able to independently confirm that those numbers are correct. But we are told from DHS that 3,300 people have been arrested during this Operation Metro Surge. All of this is happening just a day after thousands of people descended upon our city in Minneapolis, taking place in an ICE out. The biggest of those events started at the Commons outside of US Bank Stadium and went all the way to Target Center, where there was a rally that went on for most of the afternoon. We have another reporter on the scene. Our Adam Duxter is there live near 27th and Nicollet. Adam, if you can hear me, what's going on there?
And you can see that cloud, that is not fog, that is tear gas, and that has pushed a lot of this crowd back. I can tell I can tell you. Sorry that it hurts to breathe out here. And this is when we have seen some of the largest clashes with these federal agents and the people on the scene. As you can hear, more chemical agents being deployed is when a scene like this happens, Reg. As you hear more chemical agents being deployed, we see these large clashes when they try and get these crews out of the scene. Again, you could just see it. You could see this cloud, and I could tell you that at 26 and Nicollet, it is hard to breathe. You can see state patrol on the scene. You see these buses, and you can see they sent a number of state troopers in all at once, presumably for crowd control, but you could just hear more of those chemical agents being used right now. And I could tell you there's maybe 100 to 200 people who are on the corner of 26th and Nicollet attempting to get closer, and then these tear gas and whatever chemical agents that they're using were deployed. You can just hear these bangs after bangs, and honestly, Reg, I'm worried for Frankie and Ray. They're basically on the other side of this block. I'm not sure what they're seeing right now, but I can tell you that Minnesota State Patrol is on the scene and presumably assisting with crowd control, but you can just see that cloud right there. And I can tell you, Reg, that if anyone is in that cloud right now, they are hurting because even from a distance, the tear gas, it burns everywhere inside of you, Reg. But again,